Hello, Internet, and welcome once again to the Free-to-Play cast. This time, episode 48. Tick, 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 tick. 4 more weeks left till the 1-year live stream. We'll have more details on that going up shortly for you guys and girls to check out. But until then, it's a normal show with some not-so-normal hosts. I'm your host, Magicman. It's all brought to you by MMOBomb.com. The other guy's on the line. Back a couple weeks in a row. He always does this. Brim, how are you?
Fantastic. How are you?
Well, I'm doing well now that you're here, Pookie.
Oh, I know. I love you too.
Have you made yourself any of Caitlin's bacon recipes this week?
I have not had a chance. Man, real life has just made me her bitch lately, and I just have not had time to do anything. But I have seen the pictures, and they look delicious.
There are some delicious things there, and quite a few that I'm sure would kill you very quickly.
Oh, yeah.
Also on the line, he's back, couple weeks off. Celsius, how are you?
I'd like to disagree with your opening. My therapist tells me I'm well-adjusted and fine. Thank you very much.
It depends on how much you pay them, I guess.
Right?
So you sound a bit different today. What's going on?
I had to send off the Turtle Beaches.
Oh, no. What happened?
Yeah, at first I lost all bass, and then later on, both audio and left and right ear cups went. I could speak, just couldn't hear.
Oh.
So I had to RMA those bad boys.
Oh, no. So you're going to be all set for the live show, right?
Oh, absolutely. I'm looking forward to that.
Cool. Well, let's get started, gang, and slide over to the news. So, it's been kind of a busy 7 to 10-ish days on the website, man. We've had not only some new shows going up and some more new shows that we have the first episode or two already done and ready to go. They just haven't gone up yet. But we've also had a ton of first looks that you guys probably noticed. So what I thought we would do today is each of us could pick a first look from maybe the last 10 days or so, something new that went up, and kind of talk about that game. So we're each going to do one. I've got a game. You guys each have a game. And we'll just kind of round table this and talk about our general thoughts for some of the new things that you listeners can check out on the site. If you want to see a first look here or there for a couple of these games, they're right on MMOBomb.com. Celsius, why don't we start with you? You had chosen Age of Wushu, huh?
Oh, absolutely.
So you've spent quite a bit of time in it, and we've talked a little bit about the whole beta program and having to buy your way in on previous shows. So let's talk about the game itself. What are your thoughts?
Like we spoke earlier, Magic Man, I'm really enjoying the game, but it's tough to explain to your friends or even the people that are playing along with you exactly where you are or what level you are, seeing as how there are no levels. And if you pick a different school, a person is not going to know what you're talking about. So this is a very open-ended game, and just from what we've seen in the original trailers where we were comparing it to Crouching Tiger or Hidden Dragon, you nailed that right on the head. The action is fast-paced. Even the running and the jumping and running on water is very impressive.
Yeah, I did like the whole flight mechanic with the different aspects of being able to jump and double tap and double jump and dash forward in midair and kick and fly. I mean, it's the one thing I will say for the game is it's not exactly easy to get into.
Right. It's not your usual jump in, kill this 10, come back, get your money. It seems like it's just you go along with the storyline. The only gripe I have about it, and this is my usual gripe about games, is the auto walking. Sometimes I don't like games holding your hand, but in this one I don't mind it because it helps out a lot.
Brim, have you played this one at all or checked out the first look?
I have not played it, but I did look at the first look on the site.
Yeah, out of the three of us, I mean, I'm not so PvP, and Celsius is kind of PvP, and you're all about PvP, and that's kind of where this game focuses the most, is the PvP. What are your thoughts after seeing the trailers and checking out the first look?
The game, it looks exciting, not gonna lie, just based on the first look.
The only thing I think they could have done a little bit better, Celsius, and I'm hoping maybe they add a bit to it. Right now, obviously, it is in beta. There's not very much direction off the beginning of the game to really... I don't think there was quite enough to get you acclimated to the whole experience points, go to cultivation points, and then here's how you use your cultivation, and oh, by the way, there's like a dozen different ways that you can use your cultivation points. I really don't think the game was kind of feeding it to you enough to really feel comfortable using the system.
I agree. I'm pretty far into the game. I'm still a little confused about how I guess you can call it an XP system. But it seems like you can pick and choose what you power up over time, and it seems that even while I was offline, it did it.
Yeah, if you haven't checked out the first look, gang, and you're thinking about playing Age of Wushu, says Celsius, you said earlier, there's no levels. It's all
Right.
about picking your school, picking your skills, and then cultivating those skills into more powerful versions of themselves. That's your leveling, is those skills becoming more powerful. But
Right.
Go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just agreeing with you.
So the basic gist of it is you do gain experience by doing your quests and killing things and whatnot. But that experience just kind of gets thrown into a bank. And the experience points just pile up and pile up and pile up. Over time, those experience points convert into cultivation points, and then you as the player can take those cultivation points and tell the UI what skills or what abilities or what talents or whatever you're working on, what it should put those cultivation points into. When you reach a certain meter filled on that ability, it will change and become more powerful or a different version of itself or whatever. So it takes a little bit of getting used to. Celsius, you said it works offline. Yes. You know, if you build up a big bank of experience points and log out, your experience points will continue to convert over to cultivation points. There's a key difference there, though, for paid players and versus free players, where if you're offline, free players, you're only going to convert 70% of your XP over to cultivation points while you're offline. Paid players can convert their entire 100% bank of experience points over. So there will be a slight difference therein as far as how long it takes free players to get those cultivation points. I'll tell you, and I said this multiple times in the first look, I could see people very easily picking this game up and 5 to 10 minutes in going, screw it, I don't understand it.
Oh, are you talking about the old tried and true where they pick it up and it's something different and everyone's like, this isn't the usual, where it's like, I know what you mean. Like, there is no, like, next to your window pane, there's no number of what level you are. There's really no XP bar, per se, other than you cultivating and making that bank. It is a different model, but I'm enjoying it. I don't feel like I'm rushing through the game. And I think that might be one of the reasons why you technically can't level or power level yourself, is right, because there's cultivation rates.
Yeah, I just think maybe they need to put a little bit more into teaching you the systems. I love the rock, paper, scissors style type combat where you have attacks and blocks and feints. When you fill a rage meter and you use those abilities that kind of letterbox it and they just go hog wild, those are great. They're fantastic. I love the combat. If you watch the first look, I'm doing a bunch of the stupid crouching tiger type jumping around just for the fun of it while I'm beating the hell out of things. I do enjoy the game. I don't know if I'll stick long term just because it's so heavy PvP, and I would like to see them tweak the beginning a little bit to help players get acclimated to these new systems. But overall, I've got to say, there are a lot of things Age of Wushu does that I would love to see in some subscription-based games that are out there.
Agree.
What, can you give an example?
Yeah, sure. I love the bounty hunting system.
Yeah.
Have you played with that, Celsius?
I see the things that pop up. Apparently you can kidnap people that are AFK.
And you can place bounties on people that are griefing you, or there's a bunch of subsystems like that where you can flag other people. Since, I mean, right away when you create a character, right, as soon as you hit OK, it says, hey, you're going into a PvP world. Are you okay with that?
Yeah, that's like your last start button. Like right when you go to log in, they're like, hey, even before you start making a character, we want you to understand this is not your average MMO.
Right. So there's a bunch of different systems that I like. There are a ton of menus. You're going to be confused at first. It takes a little bit of getting used to. But in my book, and I'm not the PvP guru here, it's definitely worth at least checking out.
Like I told you earlier, Magicman, the most impressive thing that I actually got lost in a while, and I'm sure the viewers are going to get a chuckle out of this, was the social menu. I've never seen a game like that with a social menu where you can scroll through your guild, your friends, the people you played with recently, and it brings up their avatar, and they're doing poses and such. I mean, it's really cool. It's innovative. I like that. It's not your average just list of names and numbers and what level they are.
Yeah, I mean, there's like a lot of small things I agree there that they're doing right. It's definitely worth checking out, even for just some of the new stuff that maybe it doesn't strike you, and that's fine. But at least check it out, because I think there's some good ideas going on in Age of Wushu, or Age of Wulin, if you live somewhere where that's the title. That I think you're going to see some other games try and snake and do copies of. There's just some pieces that are really a lot of fun and make the game very, very immersive. Not to mention that the music's just frickin' incredible. I give it thumbs up. Celsius?
Gets a thumbs up from me, boss.
Brim?
Thumbs up. You guys have convinced me.
Yeah, you have to play the damn thing.
I know.
You really do.
You lemming. He's like, thumbs up, I guess. You guys, man.
I'll just follow you guys. Thumbs up.
over the bridge I go. Whee!
Brim, what game did you bring?
I chose MechWarrior Online.
Oh, and this is coming from the severely addicted to Hawken guy.
Yeah, how about that?
So what's up with MechWarrior? Tell us a little bit about it.
All right, MechWarrior, published by Piranha Games. The first look went up a while ago on MMOBomb.com.
Well done, well done. Don't take my job there, shit lips.
Okay, no problem. But we really didn't talk about it on the free-to-play cast, so I figured this would be a good opportunity for us to kind of touch base on it. Unfortunately, like I said earlier, real life has made me her bitch lately, so I have not had the appropriate time to check out MechWarrior Online. But just watching the first look that Spunkify put up really made me want to get into the game probably this weekend.
Make sure you Twitter that out so people can play with you.
I will. The real reason I wanted to talk about it was because are people out there playing this, or are they trying to wait for Hawken?
I've played both, so maybe I could give you my opinion at least.
No?
I've played both, and I think they're entirely different beasts, and entirely different players will gravitate towards each of them. I think Hawken, and a lot of people have been throwing around the Call of Duty Hawken comparisons, and Hawken being a Call of Duty thing with a mech UI. I think there's enough difference between Hawken and Call of Duty that comparison doesn't hold for me. But I can definitely see a valid comparison being Hawken plays more like your traditional first-person shooter with a mech painting on it, and MechWarrior really sticks to the tried and true MechWarrior big, slow, turn, move forward, go backwards, mech-style gameplay that they've had for quite some time. So I think they're two totally different beasts. If you're a MechWarrior fan, you're probably going to like MechWarrior Online. My only question with MechWarrior Online is because of the nature of the game, there's so much customization and so much swapping of pieces in and out before you find what you really, really like. I'm concerned about the ability to garner enough credits to do that type of trading in and out that you would normally do in the standard game without having to worry about money too much. And Hawken, I think, is going to cater to a different audience, but attract some of those mech people to check it out. In my book, two totally different beasts. It's hard to call them either one of them a simulation, really, because we don't really have big frickin' mechs running around. I'm gonna say that I'm more a fan of MechWarrior Online, but that's only because I'm a big, long-time MechWarrior fan, and it caters more towards that than Hawken does. Hawken caters a little bit more to the first-person crowd. That's just my opinion, though.
Well, you just shot my notes all to hell.
Uh-oh, why?
You pretty much just said everything that I had written down.
Oh, I'm sorry, you asked for my opinion.
That's all right. That's all right. Well, apparently we have the same opinion, so I don't need to say anything else.
Well, are you a long-time MechWarrior guy?
I wouldn't say that I'm a long-term, but I definitely want to play this one. Like I said, watching the first look made me feel like I was in a 20-ton machine.
Oh, definitely.
And whereas Hawken, you're right, it was very fast-paced and, like you said, the Call of Duty cliche or whatever. But, yeah, I would have to agree just about everything you said. We don't do that often.
That's not to say that I don't like Hawken.
Right. No. Don't get me wrong. I still love Hawken.
I just think it's a bit of a different beast, that's all.
Yeah.
I don't get the sense of... And they've tried to get it in Hawken, and I think they'll get it as more time goes on here. But I don't think you get the feeling that you're in this big multi-ton weighing mech. Because even the bigger machines have more mobility and speed than you would expect a machine that big to have.
Right. Whereas in MechWarrior, each machine has a different speed based on the size of the machine.
Yep. Celsius, you're a MechWarrior guy. You and I have played the MechWarrior games way back when. We've played the Dave and Buster's Getting the Egg MechWarrior, and how do you feel about this? You've played Hawken, right? I don't know if you've played MechWarrior.
I have not played MechWarrior, but if it's and I agree with you 110%. Hawken, you don't have that weighty feel, and I agree. The UI gives you that feeling, but the gameplay does not give you that feeling. I feel that Hawken caters more to, just like you said, the COD run and gun crowd, where the machines are just a little too agile for me. And MechWarrior, I always enjoyed that, and I agree. Just like Brim was saying, like with each different mech, you had speeds. You had to really think about how you set your mech up before you went out.
Yeah,
So,
and then adding the customization pieces, change the weight, and all that stuff.
Right. I mean, that front end was something to behold, to be able to switch all that stuff around. Yeah, you could say that again, but you guys nailed it right on the head. The one's a little slower. You feel weighty. You actually feel like you're controlling a large beast, and the other one just feels like it's a skinned UI on a first-person shooter. Not to say I don't enjoy Hawken. It's still installed. I still play it, but I know what you mean. They're two totally different beasts.
Yeah, and I think they're gonna find two totally different audiences, and both games are more than deserving of both of those audiences. They're both, in my opinion, right now, really well done, and they still have room to go as far as completing their betas and things like that. So they're definitely both thumbs up games for me. I did like in Hawken, though, the one PvP mode. I can't for the life of me remember what it's called. Brim, maybe you can help me out. The one with the ship. That flies overhead, that you and your team have to gather energy, bring it back to base, power up this ship, and the ship tries to fly across the map and bomb the other side.
You know what? I don't remember.
I know you're talking about, and I can't think of the name of it.
I can't remember the name of the mode, but I frickin' love that. Now, there's still problems with that mode, mostly being that I think it's a little too easy to shoot ships down. And so you end up getting into these really forced stalemates where finally somebody just quits, and one team just lets you take over. But I definitely think that there is potential with that mode. Brim, have you done PvP?
Oh yeah, I did.
Or were you just deathmatching it up?
Yeah, I was just deathmatching. I still call that PvP.
The truth shall set you free.
So I gotta give Hawken a thumbs up since we talked about it, and MechWarrior Online thumbs up. They're definitely both worth checking out if you have any interest in them whatsoever. If you're just not into mechs, then don't even download it, for crying out loud. But if you've got any interest in either title, they're definitely at least worth a download. Brim,
Absolutely.
your final word on this one.
Thumbs up all the way for MechWarrior.
Very nice, very nice. Celsius.
I'm gonna go the way of Brim, and I'm just gonna be a lemming and be like, thumbs up, because I know that you're gonna give it.
Bunch of followers. The free-to-play cast is supposed to lead.
I did. I'm leading you right into the last thing where you tell us it's a thumbs up and we all agree and move on to the next one.
All right, so my topic, hate to bring us down a little bit here. I picked DK Online. I can't for the life of me remember why.
I didn't know Donkey Kong had an online version.
Right? That was like the
Christ.
most topics on the most comments on the YouTube first look for that was Donkey Kong Online.
I'd play it.
Hell yeah, I'd play it. That'd be incredible. For about 10 minutes, probably. But yeah, it was
sick of collecting these bananas and jumping through barrels. I'm done. Uninstall.
But it would be an epic 10 minutes. So yeah, let's read, before we talk about the game here, I'm just going to read you some of the YouTube comments on the DK Online first look about this actual game. I prefer MMOs with left mouse button as basic attack. They ask way more skill than just 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 3 skills. If anyone wants a nice MMO, check out Raiders. To which somebody also commented, Raiders is not gender locked. What else do we got here besides people kicking you over to Raiders? Do yourself a favor, grab $60 and pick up a copy of Guild Wars 2.
Oh my.
How do they repopulate if it's gender locked? Yeah. Somebody else, hey, cool, gender locked. I wonder how any of them reproduce. F this game already. And here's one, Donkey Kong Online? Question mark. I said question mark even though I did do the voice thing, like the I'm Ron Burgundy.
Are you asking a question?
You stay classy, San Diego. UI looks decent, surprisingly non-intrusive. Oh, okay. That's DK Online, more like Decay Online. This game looks worse the more time you play it. Oh, man. Yeah, so here's the deal. I didn't think DK Online was all that bad if you just looked at it through the scope of, I'm going to look at this game and only this game and not compare it to anything. Which I guess if you're going to look at a pile of shit and not compare it to anything, then I guess it looks okay.
How do you feel about this game?
This game is freaking horrendous. I tried, and in the first look, I thought I did a pretty decent job in the first look of just kind of pointing out, look, it's every MMO, generic MMO you've ever played. And if you're, I think my exact quote was, if you're bored with whatever you're playing now, but you like that style, DK Online is fine. Go ahead, jump in. Brim, you and I had a conversation one time where you were having a craving for a Holy Trinity-based MMO, but you wanted something different. So we were talking about what MMOs follow that traditional formula, right?
Right.
And this would be the type of thing that I would say, Okay, well, if you like that game, you might go check out DK Online. It's virtually the same damn thing with a little bit different scenery. It's typical tab target, hotbar 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Press your buttons, do your thing. You didn't even have to be facing anything. I mean, it would just turn you around as soon as you triggered the ability and it started casting. There are a lot, I will tell you, if you're going to play in the beta, there are a lot of graphical issues with the game right now, and they're pretty much across the board. I spent a lot of time talking to people in the game. We're all having the same issues. So if you jump in DK Online, I will tell you, don't even bother changing your resolution, because 9 times out of 10 the screen blips, comes back to the same resolution you were on originally anyway, even though the menu gives you options all the way up to 1080. Yeah,
Great. 100 by 600. So happy.
Right?
Windows 98?
I didn't know this was meant to run on Windows Me.
Oh my.
Oh yeah. The textures are a little off here and there. You know, you have those usual beta things, but the game just didn't do anything for me. And in my opinion, I'm going to make this really easy. There is no reason a game like this should be published anymore in 2012 and going forward.
I was going to say, well, I guess we only have 1 month to go then.
Yeah. No, not just 2012, going forward. I'm kind of doing that old man in my day, you know. In this day and age, and how far games have come, games like DK Online, in my opinion, just make the entire genre look bad. It just perpetuates that, well, every game that comes out is the same thing. Well, if they're all DK Online, yes. It's a quest grind, it's a tab target, it's not very graphically impressive. The graphics aren't awful, but when you look at them, you do go, they're kind of dated, but they're not horrible. They're kind of dated. You know, you don't look and see EverQuest. You look and see something a little newer than that. But I'm sick of this, and I'm sorry I'm ranting here. I'm going to let you two chime in, because I'm going to blow a gasket here. This game is frickin' awful. It's a copy of just about every MMO cliche you have ever played in any game, and it doesn't even do that well. Shame on Aeria Games. Shame on them. And I will see if I have a job on a MMO site next week after saying this. Celsius, what do you think? I got to calm down here, take a drink.
I love Lamp.
I almost spit Coke all over my mic. Are you just saying you love things in the room, Brick?
No, I love Des. I need to calm down just because you're upset. I felt it coming through. I didn't even play the game and I'm upset. That's how upset you are. So I'm just going to jump ahead and give a thumbs down.
What about you? What about you, Brim?
Yeah, you definitely sold it. You make me want to play the game.
Hey, I'm sorry, if... this would not be a bad game for somebody that's just getting into MMOs, now that I think about it. If you're just getting into MMOs, you haven't really played much of anything, and you're just kind of testing the water, this is going to be a really easy game for you to pick up, and it uses just about every system that some other MMO has used at some point. So, great. More power to you, and if you enjoy the game, great. More power to you. It's not for me, and I don't think shit like this should be released anymore.
You are so angry.
I am! Aeria Games gets me so angry lately because they have had some decent products in the past. And then normally what happens is they kill them out of nowhere with very little advertising. Just all of a sudden you log in and you're like, what the hell? The 404? What the hell does this mean? Aeria kills the games with little to no notice. And I keep going back to this one. We've talked about Lime Odyssey multiple times on this show. I did a first look probably 7 months ago in an early alpha where the game was pretty much ready for launch from everything I could see. That was an alpha that had very few problems in it, and I got pretty far on one character. And again, Lime Odyssey is not going to change the world. It's still tab target. It's still, you know, abilities. But there's a couple neat little nifty things in there. Lime Odyssey, even though, looking at it, it's, I'd say, a little dated compared to some newer games. Lime Odyssey is easily 10 times better than DK Online. And DK Online comes out, Lime Odyssey is still sitting on a shelf. Nobody knows what's going on with it. Aeria Games just, ugh.
Wonder if we're going to be getting any beta keys from them anytime soon.
Probably not. Probably not. And that's my biggest problem, though, Celsius, is that they do have some decent products every now and then. But then they put shit out like Warren Story and DK Online. I really got to get over this.
Woosah.
Goose Fraba. Goose Fraba. All right, gang, so let us know what you think. DK Online, MechWarrior, Age of Wushu, hell, any of the other games that we put up. The Star Wars free-to-play first look just went up. Check that one out. I kind of catered more towards people that had probably already played it and wanted to know the difference now that it was free in that first look. Couple other first looks. Spunkify put some up for some strategy-based combat games, so check those out. I mean, there's a ton of them. Put them in the comments what you're playing right now that you want us to know, and give us your opinions on them. Head on over to mmobomb.com. Check out all those first looks. While you're there, a couple new things you're probably going to want to check out. We do have the new Bomb live stream going. And that happens on Monday at 2 Pacific and Wednesday at 2 Pacific. That's Spunkify on Mondays and then myself on Wednesdays. And hopefully when the free-to-play cast guys and girls, you know, have a free moment or two, they'll jump in and have some fun with us every now and then. So check that out Mondays and Wednesdays at 2 Pacific. We also have the new live stream hub up and running. You guys really should check this out. If you find yourself watching Twitch TV a lot and watching streamers and things like that, now we've put it all in one place for you. You can come and you can watch your first looks. You can kick up the live stream hub. It's going to bring up an interface that shows you the most watched streams that are currently active on Twitch, and you can watch them right from the mmobomb.com portal. So we're kind of putting it all in one place for you. We've got some new shows that are coming out this week as well. Let us know what you think. Thumbs up, like, comment. Let's do it all. What do you say we slide on over to the bombs, guys?
Let's do it.
I'm going to give mine real quick. I'm giving an A-bomb.
To
Aeria Games.
Oh, give it a rest.
And DK Online. And I'm going to sum it up with one sentence. Shit like this just shouldn't be released anymore. Celsius, you're up, my friend.
I give you an A-bomb. Go change your man-pong. Jeez. All right. I'm actually on the other end of the spectrum for once. I'm actually happy. I'm giving out a dub bomb to Turtle Beach. Even though they made me jump through the usual warranty hoops, they are RMAing my DPX 21s, and I will be ready to rock and roll for the birthday, so I'll be sounding all like myself again, like that dude off of How to Train Your Dragon. Still haven't seen that movie. I have no idea who those people are talking about.
What about you, Brim? Dub bomb, A-bomb, what do you got?
I got an A-bomb, and I hate to do it.
Uh-oh.
But I got to give an A-bomb to Hawken.
What?
You're not allowed to.
I don't know.
Dream.
You just gave it a thumbs up. Yeah, that's right. Months ago, you called it a wet dream.
I know. The game is not doing other wrong. It's the people behind it. I think that they are treating the closed beta as a pre-launch or advertisement, I guess. However you want to look at it. I think they gave out so many closed beta keys. I got an email today that they're starting their third closed beta this weekend. And we still got open betas to get through before, what, the 12th, which is not far.
Right.
It's like, what, 3 weeks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think we talked about that before on the show we pretty much did about betas these days, and how even closed betas are pretty much just an unofficial launch for most things anymore.
Yeah.
I can agree, though. I've been getting lambasted with Hawken advertisements, and for purchases, too. Wanting me to make purchases and things like that. I can see where you're coming from. Denaxi answers both, gives a bomb and last week's question of the week. Keep in mind, last week's question was, do you think game-specific languages add to immersion, or does having to read subtitles take away from the immersion? We'll get Brim and Selphius your answers in just a second after we go through the bombs. Denaxi did the bombs and the answer to that. Also talked about what world he'd like to live in here. Which was 2 weeks ago's question. Hello there, Magic Man, and all of you magic people, hosts, guest hosts, and community for making this wonderful show alive. Unfortunately, the only game universe I would like to live in is the one from Star Wars The Old Republic. I say unfortunately because the game sucks. I love Star Wars, and that game, man, was the kid's dream coming true, but after level 50, this kid realized that it's still just a dream. Also giving an A-bomb to this game for the worst free-to-play model I've ever seen in my life. And you guys put that thoughts in your heads, because that one comes up quite a few times from the community this week. I mean, seriously, 3 war zones per week. If I remember correctly, you need to win 9 in order to do the weekly PvP quest. Not to mention the other shitty restrictions. But fortunately, there's one thing that they can't do anything about, and that's open world PvP. So I swear to God, I will enjoy coming back on my old character and camp some Sith scum while they're trying to do quests or just pass me by. Shout out to all former subscribers and all new free-to-play members of SWOTOR that are planning to choose a planet and hopefully turn it into an open-world battleground like in the good old days of vanilla. Keep up the good work, guys. P.S. Looking forward to making my way to have the honor to be a guest host. That's from Denaxi, who, wow, I couldn't have said it better.
No.
Couldn't have said it better. You like open world PvP, Brim. I know you've been playing Star Wars this past week. Would you like to see like an Ilum revitalized, where everybody just says, fine, if I can't do Wargrounds, then I'm just gonna chill out on this planet and wreak some havoc?
That would be fantastic, I think. I think that's definitely doable.
Yeah, couldn't have said it better. There we go.
As
far as guest hosts, guys, been getting a lot of emails about guest hosts, and I've tried to respond to just about everyone. Again, you guys know I may not be able to comment on every comment or reply to every email, but I definitely do read them all. We are actually booked on guest hosts throughout the year right now, throughout the rest of 2012. So unfortunately, we have no space for guest hosts for the rest of the year. With the one-year show coming up, we have a viewer guest host coming up on the show we record December 2nd. So if you're trying to be a guest host, we would love to have you. Again, reminder, you need to have Skype, you need to have a microphone, you need to be at least 16 years of age so that we can use your voice on the video without any legal repercussions. And you have to have a topic that you want to talk about, whether it's a game or something in general, whatever. And you can email that to me at magicman@mmobomb.com. Again, though, keep in mind, guys, we won't be taking any more guest hosts besides the ones that are scheduled right now, until probably mid to late January. So don't think I'm being rude if I don't answer you. So there you go. Famous Durgan says, Woot, my bomb goes to Electronic Arts for similar topics mentioned in the podcast. My dub bomb goes to PlanetSide 2 and SOE. I didn't expect much from SOE, but they really ended up listening to their audience and changing things in the beta to enhance gameplay, fixing thousands of bugs in the process. So A-bomb to EA. And dub bomb to SOE. Wow, that was a weird one. I agree, but I never, SOE, somebody complimenting SOE, that doesn't happen all the time.
No.
What's that next one there, Brim, from Damien?
Oh, holy crap. Damien says, hey, Magic Man and Free-to-Play Cast. Am I reading? Yeah, I'm reading the right one.
Yep.
Hey, Magic Man and Free-to-Play Cast. I have an A-bomb for Sotor. And I actually had to sigh there because he wrote it there. Yeah, I'd hate to beat a dead horse even more, but I am a total Star Wars nerd, and this is just a tragedy on the scale of Leia witnessing the destruction of the Alderaan.
Not the Alderaan. Come on, Damien got it right. He said of Alderaan.
Oh, Alderaan. Whatever. A word to the not-so-wise EA/BioWare come from Master Yoda himself. Do or do not, there is no try. Make it free to play or give it a sub again. I mean, it still has the sub.
Yeah, and I saw some people kind of complaining, it's like, oh, well, what do you expect? They got to make money. They got to make money. Hey, we're not against any of us against companies making money. Even if they're putting out a free-to-play game. We expect that there's going to be a cash shop, that there's going to be some component that we can shell out a little money and get a little more bang for our buck by shelling out the buck. We don't expect the whole thing for free. But when you limit my damn action bars, come on.
Yeah, they're just reaching.
So what Damien's question of the week reply?
Question of the week. I think having native languages in games is the key to a complete immersion of the game world. It gives you a reason to follow the lore and sink yourself into your character and story. It's the very reason why I'm a Star Wars fan compared to a Star Trek fan. Rhodians, Gungans, Twi'leks, and Wookiees all have their own language to give you a more realistic feel for the universe. It's a key component to immersion. Thank you, Damien.
How do you guys feel on the whole languages thing? I agree with Damien. I'm okay with reading subtitles. Initially I wasn't, but after a little while I kind of became okay with it.
I agree. It's just become that Star Wars lore, and I think it would be strange if a Wookiee was speaking English. That's just me.
What about you, Celsius?
Yeah, I agree. I think it absolutely has to go along with it. I wouldn't expect every species to speak English, but we got the Trekkies out there that are fluent in Klingon and all that. It's a little strange, but if you don't need to read the subtitles, more power to you.
Hold on, I got to read the subtitles on what Celsius just said. Couldn't understand him with that mic.
Like Charlie Brown. Wah, 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 wah.
Sebastianated says, hello, free-to-play cast, great show as usual. Love watching. Y'all gave me a good laugh today. Thank you for making my afternoon a great one. Brim, some people thought that last week the drinking episode did not have enough drinking cues in it. So that may be something we'll have to revisit in a later show.
I saw some of those comments.
They didn't think we drank enough.
I am an extremely lightweight, so it does not take me much. Yeah.
Sebastianated goes on to say, my da-bomb goes to League of Legends for pulling me into MOBAs. Had a great time playing it this weekend. Hope to pull my girlfriend into it soon. That's what she said.
Heyo.
Heyo. A-bomb goes to Star Wars The Old Republic. For their ridiculous free-to-play model, I have to pay $5 to sprint. Answer the question of the week. I believe having the characters speak different languages adds to the immersion. I love reading subtitles. Anyways, have them on all the time, so I'm used to that. Reminds me of the Assassin's Creed games where the characters speaking their native language made the game great. Again, guys and girls, thanks for the amazing show. Can't wait till next week. Thank you for your compliment, Sebastianated. We definitely appreciate it. Some people that just replied to the question last week, the specific languages, does it add or take away? Selfies, why don't you kick us off there?
Let's see. Bob sent this one in. It says, as for the question of the week, it really depends on the game. For SWTOR, it kind of defeats the purpose of having full voice acting. That's a good point. What they could have done was have two audio tracks, one at a lower volume in an untranslated and the second translated louder in an artificial voice like it was coming through a computer translator. I could sort of see that.
It's an interesting take, that's for sure. Question mark says, question of the week. I'd say it definitely adds to the immersion of the game. An example of this would be in Deus Ex Human Revolution when you go to China. The Chinese people talk to you in Chinese with English subtitles. I wouldn't expect them to be speaking English. It would break my immersion if they actually were. That's a great way to put it. And Brim, the same point you made. What's the next one, Brim?
Dro's Fix? I probably butchered that.
I think you're all right.
All right. For the question of the week, for the question of the week, I must say I love when the voice acting is on their own language or the Oriental language. I really can't stand any game or movie that have bad or good subs.
Dub.
Man. And I give a bomb to any game that force you to You do this on purpose, man. Oh. These people are gonna think I'm illiterate.
Oh, take a bow, Brim. Just makes sense. For the question of the week, I must say that I love it when voice acting is in their own languages or in Oriental languages. I think Drosfix, it's Asian languages. Oriental refers to a rug. I really can't stand any game or movie that has bad or good dubs of any type, like a voiceover type thing, Brim.
Yeah.
I give a bomb to any game that forces you to do... I don't know what it is either. To do...
Oh, you asshole.
To do rats for the storyline? R-A-D...
Yeah, rats!
I don't get the reference.
We're always talking about killing 10 rats.
That can't be... No.
That's what I'm going for, so just...
Drosfix, I'm not sure what word you were trying to use here, and I apologize if English is not your first language. Again, I certainly don't mean any disrespect because I don't speak any language but English, so you're already a leg up on me. But I'm not quite sure what your bomb here was for. You're trying to give a bomb to any game that forces you to do something for the storyline, and you give the example of Raiders, but I don't know what you're comparing here. R-A-D-C-E. To do... I don't know. Any guesses, Gag?
Race?
I
don't know. Maybe he hit a D when he was hitting C. I don't know.
Drosfix, put it in the comments below. And again, I certainly beg your pardon and mean no offense. I really am interested in what you were giving a bomb here for. So put it in the comments for us. Last one, Kilka Riza says, you know, Magicman, the best universe where you can live is Neverwinter Nights, if you've ever played it. And to that, I have to say, screw you, I haven't played it yet. I have redeemed my key and everything, but have yet to get the email to go in. I want to live in Neverwinter Nights. Question of the week for next week, gang. Have you ever met a significant other in an online game? How did it work out? Did you ever meet in real life? You guys ever meet somebody like you'd consider kind of like your girlfriend or whatever on a game?
I wouldn't call him my girlfriend, but yeah.
Or somebody you were, you know, kind of talking to more than about just the game.
Oh, no. Never mind.
What the hell's your deal? We got some extra time here. Give your story.
A couple of my buddies that we used to play SOCOM on PS2, we used to talk about our clan members getting together and drinking for one weekend, and everyone jumped in their car and grabbed their PS3 and drove to our house, and it was like a big weekend video game LAN party.
Yeah. I'm not talking about that. I mean, for crying out loud, then Brim qualifies as my significant other, if that's the definition.
Well, that's what I said, never mind. It's not like they live right down the street. These were people coming from different states.
Well, Brim lives in a different state from me. I met him in an online game. I would not answer this question with yes, Brim, and it worked out fine.
Why not? You guys are still talking now.
I'm talking about like a dating significant other. Like you considered yourself to be boyfriend, girlfriend, boyfriend, boyfriend, girlfriend, girlfriend, whatever your flavor is. I don't care.
You guys aren't together?
Shut your mouth. Get the hell out of here. If I was gay, I could do a lot better than Brim.
Hey.
He's got you there.
So, have you ever met a significant other in an online game? How'd it work out? Did you guys ever meet in real life? And there's a lot of people. I mean, I've talked about Second Life, the movie before. Not the Second Life, Second Skin.
Second Skin, yeah.
Yeah, and they have couples on there, a number of them that have met and have since been married, and they met in EverQuest too. So I'm interested. Do we have viewers out there that have met significant others or had relationships with people online? Did it work out? Did you meet in real life? Or if it didn't work out and you don't mind sharing the story with 7,000 people or however many will click on this video or watch it on iTunes, give us the story. Brim, you ever meet somebody online that you consider significant other?
Nope.
Did you meet your fiance online?
Absolutely not.
Well, I guess it does count because that counts as online because you bought her, right?
Mail order bride.
That was the mail order
Lord.
thing, wasn't it?
You better hope that she
I'm
does
giving
not
you
hear
a
this.
5 right now, Magic Man.
I'm not bad-mouthing her at all. I'm implying that you mail ordered her.
She's not going to let you be the best man now.
Great story. Selfies. So Brim and his fiance are getting married in a little while here, and when he first became engaged and he told us all, and it was like, I still to this day have never met Brim face to face. We've had plans to do different things. They always fall through. I think it's because Brim doesn't want to meet me, but. So we've still never have met face to face, but I said, okay, well, of course I'm allowed to come to the wedding, right? And he's like, yeah, you're the best man. And we made this joke about me being the best man at his wedding, and his fiance having never met me since Brim does. It was just a very funny situation. So Domina one night is like kind of walking around the basement here behind me, and Brim and I are talking, and I make fun of Brim saying something, and Brim says, you know what, if you keep that up, she's not going to let you be my best man. So I told Domina that Brim had said this, and she goes, You're Brim's best man? And Brim and I lost it. Just lost it. So Brim says, is Domina naive? Is she kind of naive? To which Domina went apeshit in the background. I'm not naive. And then I said, no. And then she walked away, and I said, yes, sometimes she is.
Brim, if you're wondering if Domina likes you, has she kicked you off the porch yet?
Yes, if Domina kicks you off of my porch, then you're okay with her.
Good to know.
Yeah, so if you're ever over drinking, having a good time, and so you say something and she tells you, get off my porch, you know you're on good terms with Domina. And what's funny about this is that we're talking about this at the tail end of the episode. So what I would like to happen, if the viewers could do this for me, there's probably a good chance that Domina won't sit and listen to the whole show. And this is at the tail end. So if you guys could put in the comments, Domina, get off my porch, that would be fantastic. Anybody that wants to do it, just go ahead and do it. Make sure you put your bombs down there while you're there, and put your responses to the question of the week and everything. But if you could all, put a little separate comment, do Magic Man a favor that says Domina, D-A-M-I-N-A, Domina, get off my porch. And that's it. That'd be great. Because she will check the video, but I don't think she'll listen to the whole episode. So the comments will just throw her out the window there.
She's going to freak out.
It'd be fantastic. If you could help me out with that, viewers, that'd be awesome. Let's throw it around for the final word. Selfius, you're up.
I'm getting off the porch tonight. It's short and sweet. I want to thank you guys for tuning in as usual. Get a chance, like, subscribe, comment below for the YouTube. Check it out on iTunes. As always, unfortunately, my Twitter is just an absolute ghost town. But if you want to, you can hit me up at @TheRealSelfius on the Twitters. Other than that, I hope everybody enjoys their holiday.
Yeah, if you're in the U.S., Thanksgiving tomorrow as of the day of the recording. And if you're not in the U.S., have a great Thursday.
Well,
Brim, you're up.
Another fantastic show, guys. I want to thank you and the viewers. Hit me up on Twitter at BRIMTTIN. I think I'm going to play some MechWarrior this weekend.
There you go. Be looking for that tweet if you want to hang out with Brim. Guys, for Celsius and Brim, I'm Magicman. You can hit me on Twitters at Magicman1. That's MAGICKMANN1. You can hit me on the email, magicman@mmobomb.com. And there, Magicman's just spelled the regular way, MAGICMAN. Until next week, gang, stay safe, and we'll see you out on the servers.